Hey guys, if you are looking for a quick routine that you can do after standing up at a desk during the day, this is going to help with relieving pain and stiffness in your back and your shoulders and your neck. Just help with getting a really easy full body stretch to help with alleviating the aches and pains associated with standing at a desk for work. There's no equipment required in this workout. There's no yoga experience, no flexibility required. Just do your best, follow along, and at the end of this short routine, your back, your shoulders, your neck, everything's going to feel much, much better. So we're going to get started on the ground with a child's pose. Child's pose is a really good stretch for your shoulders and your back. You're going to start with your knees wide, your big toes together, and then walk your arms forward. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Make your hands a little wider than shoulder width distant, and then relax your forehead on the ground. If you can't get your butt back toward your heels, that's fine. Don't worry about it. If your head doesn't quite touch the ground, that's also okay. Just let your chin relax, let your head hang. And then if you're feeling any sort of cramping in your feet, you can actually tuck your toes here, and that should prevent it. And over time, if you do this consistently, that cramping should go away. Now, it's a user's choice here if you want to make this more active or more passive. So whatever feels better to you. If you want to really press down into your hands and kind of pull your hips away from your shoulders, you can do that for a more intense stretch. But if it just feels good to stay here in this stretch, relaxing your arms, relaxing your chest, and you're getting a good stretch and you're maybe in your hips, in your lower mid-back, and your shoulders, then you can do that too. As you're here, I want you to focus on your breathing. Slow and controlled, in and out of the nose. As you exhale, try and relax your body. So you're paying attention to where you're holding stress in your shoulders, your head, your neck, and your back, and letting that go. As you inhale, thinking about filling up your chest as much as possible with air, expanding your ribs in all directions. And that's going to help with stretching in your upper body, but also in stress relief. Just had a long work day. Let's get rid of the stress, both physical and mental. All right, we're going to go ahead and come up, and from here we're going into a low lunge position. If you have a pad or a pillow or a knee pad, you can put that underneath your knee here. It's not required, but it could be helpful. And then step your right leg forward, put your hands on top of your right thigh, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow your hips to relax forward and down, just as much as they'll go without any pain. Relax your head and neck, relax your shoulders. And what we're doing here is we're allowing our breath to move the hips forward. So as you exhale, you're letting your hips relax closer and further forward to the ground. As you inhale, you're focusing on filling up from the base of your spine all the way up through your ribs. And then exhaling to really let that tension go. Remember, you don't need that knee pad, but if we're in a low lunge position for a long period of time, it can feel good. And you might start to feel your legs working here. That's good. Remember, we want to do a combination of both stretching and strengthening for pain relief or for stiffness relief. And even though we've been standing with our legs straight, we haven't been in this low lunge position with the legs bent. So this is going to feel really good and help counter what you did while you were standing up today. One more breath here. And then go ahead and release. We're going to switch sides. So step your left leg forward, keep your right leg back, keep the toes tucked, hands on top of your left thigh. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow your hips, allow that knee to come forward. Keep your shoulders, your neck, your head relaxed. As you inhale, you can think about filling up from the very base of your spine all the way up through the ribs. So not just above your waist, but kind of where your butt begins, where the very base of your spine is. filling up all the way from there, all the way through your ribs. And then as you exhale, thinking about kind of sending that air back down all the way to the base of the spine, exhaling all the air. A couple more breaths here. It is helpful to be active through your legs here, so think about pushing down through your feet, squeezing your thighs, squeezing your hips a little bit, and that's actually going to help you work deeper into this stretch. And when I say a couple more breaths, that means a minimum of 20 seconds. You want these breaths to be long. 6 seconds minimum, 8 seconds, 10, 12 seconds, even better. All right, go ahead and release. And from here, we're going to take it up into a standing position. So this pose is called a Warrior One. It might feel weird to be standing again after we already stood all day, but this is going to feel really good for you because we're doing something different standing. So right leg is going to be forward. Left leg is back at a 45-degree angle. Start with your legs straight and your hips squared forward to the front. Bend into your knee over the ankle and the front foot. Press your back hip toward your front knee. Push into the outer edge of your back foot, and then lift your arms overhead. Now to add a little bit of a stretch here for your shoulders too, I want you to interlace your fingers the best you can. If you can't interlace your fingers with your arms straight, you can bend your elbows. Take a deep breath in to get tall. And then lean toward your right just a few inches while staying strong through this lunge in your lower body. So now what we've got here, we've got that stretch through your left hip, through the front of the left hip. We're stretching through the ankle in your left ankle. We've got stretching through the whole left side of the body from the hip up through the shoulder. And we're getting deep breaths in and out of the nose to help with all of that. So this is a position that we were not in at all during the day, right? Where the legs are bent, the side of the body is stretching, the ankles are stretching, we're leaning to one side. So when you want to think about things to do to help counter what you're doing during the day, think about doing the opposite of that or doing different variations of what you did while standing. And that's going to help with restoring balance to your body, relieving pain, and getting you back to feeling good again, or whatever it is you want to do. All right, turn back to the middle, relax your hands, and now we're going to switch sides. So left leg forward, right leg back. Back foot points out 45 degrees once again. Helps to start with the legs straight. Square your hips toward the front. Push into the outer edge of the back foot, and then bend into your front knee, knee over the ankle in the front hip. You want to lead with your hips here, so the hips come forward and the shoulders follow. And you shouldn't have your back arched. Your low back shouldn't be arched here. You want to keep your butt under your body, and you can squeeze your glutes to bring your hips under the shoulders, squeeze your abs. Again, a lot of correcting posture or just correcting pain, not just stretching, but also strengthening. So you want to be strong through your hips, your thighs, and your feet here. Bring your arms overhead. If you interlaced your fingers before, do that again. And then again, you can bend your elbows if you'd like, if that relieves some strain in the shoulders. Squeeze your arms back. And then as you exhale, lean toward the left. You want to keep your lower body mostly the same here. There might be a little bit of a change. You might notice your hips go out to the side a little bit. But try not to change your lower body too much. And then we're holding here, breathing in and out of your nose. Focusing on those really nice, long, slow, controlled breaths. If it feels good, you can straighten your arms a little bit more. And going a little bit deeper into the breathing here. As you inhale, think about filling up through your right rib cage. So you're going to feel a stretch here from your right hip up through the right shoulder. If you can think about filling up in that right rib cage as you inhale, that's going to help with this stretch even more. One more breath. And then go ahead and release. Stand up. And then I'm here, I want you to go into what's called a horse pose, or what I call Haka. So you're going to turn your feet out 45 degrees, face the long edge of your mat. If you don't have a mat, then face wherever you want. And then you're going to take yourself into a wide stance here. And I would turn your feet, if you do horse pose already, I would turn your feet in a little bit more than you usually do. And from here, we're going to sit into this kind of wide-legged squat variation. And I want you to keep your shoulders above your hips. So if you're looking at me from the side here, my butt isn't going to poke out way behind me. I'm not going to arch my lower back significantly. I want to do my best to maintain a neutral spine. And you can bring your arms out in front of you to kind of help counterbalance that. Our goal here is to sit really deep into this squat. So we're working on opening up the hips, but also on building strength here. And this is a really good way to help correct low back pain. So getting your hips open, getting your core strong, getting your hips strong, those are all things that go into fixing low back pain or just stiffness in general. If this is tiring, you can move your hips from side to side. That's going to make it a little bit easier, help you hold this for a little longer. And it's always a good idea to check in with your breathing. So breathing in and out of your nose. And if you can do that, that's going to help you hold this longer. We're only here for about 10 more seconds. See if you can sit a little bit lower. Hold it for just a little bit more. Keep your chest nice and tall. Keep your hips down, legs strong. And then slowly stand back up. Okay, guys, that's it. If you're looking for more stuff created for people who work at a desk during the day, check out this over here. This is a really cool shoulder workout that I have. It's short, and you're going to love it. Your shoulders, your neck, everything in your upper body is going to feel better after you do it. And I do have longer versions of this workout in my app and members area. Subscribe, leave a comment, like the video. I'll see you guys on the next one.